Welcome back to another episode of Rock Boys Football. Today, taking a look at Dill's final 2022 first round NFL mock draft.
No trade game.
No
trades.
Actually,
we will see no trades Thursday.
I
not a good enough quarterback.
I don't hate that. I think the only trades we could maybe see is if Deebo Samuel is on the move. Unless teams are trading up, kind of just trying to jump a couple teams, I don't see like a Steelers team giving up a whole first-round pick in the 2023 NFL draft to get up and take a Malik Willis.
I guess I kind of think those would have happened. Trade for Baker, trade for Deebo. It seems like that would have happened. Like, why would you wait to do that trade till draft day? It seems like it'd be better off to hammer it out early.
Let's get into the mock before we do. Just wanted to thank you guys for all the support you guys have shown to the channel. 880 subscribers. If you guys do like the content, go subscribe to the channel. We're doing a bunch of mock draft content till the NFL draft, and then after we're grading all the teams' draft, talking about the different selections. It's going to be fun. We appreciate you guys. The support has been awesome. Dill, let's get into the mock. Aiden Hutchinson going number 1. You're not drinking the Kool-Aid, eh?
I got my top 2 DNs going 1 and 2, and I don't even think it's close, quite frankly, who the top 2 DNs are. So that's what I have. I'll never drink the Kool-Aid now.
Yeah, in terms of predictive mock, I feel like an NFL team will fall in love with Trayvon Walker and the trades. I'm okay with it though. Like
I don't think they will, because I think they watch football and they don't just go look at the combine like they're the beat reporters who don't want. They're not college football fans. I can just tell.
That's definitely true. They might not even be football fans. They're just mathematics fans. Kayvon Thibodeau going number 2 to Detroit Lions. I'm with it. He's our number 2 prospect on our big board at a important position. Possibly the biggest hole the Lions have outside of probably quarterback. I think they could get a lot better with Kayvon Thibodeau. And then Evan Neal. I would like to hear your reasoning for why Evan Neal is going to the Texans over Akam, over Charles.
I mean, I get the sense Evan Neal is the guy people want. I think the impressive size. Yeah, I don't think he's the athlete either of them are, but he might be coming to play right tackle and then eventually come over to left. I guess you got the positional versatility and just a proven tackle.
Yes,
it's hard. I think all 3 of these guys could go 1, and I wouldn't argue with it. So it's hard.
He's a better athlete, or he's a very good athlete for his size. I think the biggest thing that you mentioned is the position versatility. He's played 3 different positions at Alabama in his 3 years. He's been a high-level starter at all 3 of those positions. And
Akam's got it too, for sure. But I think you're splitting hairs with these tackles, frankly.
Yeah, absolutely. And I kind of agree with the Charles Cross pick to number 6. I just think it'd just be a great fit. A pure left tackle going to a team that needs a left tackle really bad, especially in pass protection. The biggest knock on Charles Cross, we'll just jump around, is that he's not as vicious of a run blocker as the other 2. I think that's okay. That might be true. Like Evan Neal and Akam Ekwonu are like grade A run blockers. They're both very physical, especially Akam Ekwonu. But Charles Cross can do it. I just don't think he needed to do it at Mississippi State. And so I don't necessarily think he's bad at it. Kyle Hamilton going 4. I know you're high on him. Thoughts on that?
Am I arguably the best player in the draft. I'll stand by that. And I don't think this narrative that free safeties are not an impact player. I'll never buy it. Already argued. You got your Ed Reeds of the world and Troy Polamalu type players who made defenses really good. Yeah. And I think he is that type of player. So I think
Kyle Hamilton brings a little bit more than even just the play, which is phenomenal. You saw it on film. He's very good at football. But he's also very versatile, and he lets you kind of have different defense packages in. He can walk up, and he could play a linebacker spot. He could play in the slot. He can play as a deep safety. He lets you do a lot of different personnel looks. And I think when we're looking at how good NFL defenses need to be run, how many good athletes can you get on the field and also stop the run? And Kyle Hamilton's a good athlete who's good in the run, and he's going to allow you to kind of get in those different packages. Akam Ekwonu going 5. I heard the Giants really like Charles Cross have been working him out at right tackle. I personally love it. Akam Ekwonu at right tackle.
Don't waste Charles Cross on the right.
I agree. You don't waste that.
Couldn't waste any of these guys on the right, frankly.
Well, unless it's
Andy. Gotta do it.
On the left, who's awesome too. But I do
You
like a
could
chemical.
switch them, I guess, if you want to. I just think the Giants want to run the ball, and if you want to run it, you should have a Chem or Neal.
Go
That's
get
my
the big
opinion.
egg. Charles Cross 6, we already talked about him. Jermaine Johnson at 7. Also a guy that I'm not really sure where he's going to go. I've heard he's as high as 4 to the Jets. I think that's a good spot for him. Jermaine
Johnson's a tank.
He's just so good. And he's not as flashy as like a Trayvon Walker, but the film's way, way better. Like he's just so impactful. He does everything at such a high level. I like that pick. Derek Stingley, first cornerback taken. The Rock Boys were saying this since January. I kind of maybe inch back.
It's coming back. The media is coming back aboard the train.
Telling you, we said this all year. Once he works out at his pro day and puts up those crazy numbers, then you're going to start seeing the flashes back to 2019, his true freshman year, and be like, oh, yeah, I forgot this guy's a generation.
Locking up like all the Bama guys and everyone else.
Jamar Chase at practice. Like I heard teams are evaluating practice film and watching
Might as well.
Jamar Chase. And just
that's the best wide receiver in football right now, probably. So
yeah, I like it. Put him on the other side of AJ Terrell. I can get with that. Absolutely. Kenny Pickett. This makes a lot of sense. I don't love the pick, but I think it makes a lot of sense with what Pete Carroll wants in an offense. A guy that's just going to go through his progressions, make the right read.
Right. He's a don't let Russ cook, and
Kenny Pickett. You don't let him cook.
Kenny Pickett's he won't be cooking no matter what. He'll just be solid. He'll do what you want him to do, and be good. That's what Pete Carroll wants. He wants to run the ball and not try to run the ball. Not that he usually does, but
Trayvon Walker falls to 10. I think Robert Saleh, if there were to happen, I'm very surprised. I'm very, very intrigued at where Trayvon Walker goes. If Robert Saleh gets him, if he's there at 10 and they didn't go Kayvon Thibodeau at 4, I think Robert Saleh would pull the trigger just because he's like, give me this guy who's got extremely high level athletic traits. I'm going to teach him the ways at that defensive line spot because this guy's, if you teach him to be technically more sound, teach him the pass rush moves, Trayvon Walker.
He could be a good player. Who knows?
But he's not there yet. That's the thing is he's not quite there yet. He's good.
He's not there, and frankly, you didn't see the burgeoning of real pass rushing ability. You just saw an explosive athlete.
Yeah, exactly.
You didn't see a bendy, fluid.
Yep.
Pass rusher at any moment. I agree.
Garrett Wilson, first wide receiver off the board, going to the Commanders. I think this makes a lot of sense if he slips past 8 to the Falcons.
Yeah,
I could see the
that's how I was thinking. I was thinking about the Falcons, but it's kind of what I said yesterday to you. There's so many good players at really your top 8. I mean, Derek Stingley's so good to pass up on, and even Ahmad Gardner is so good. It's hard to justify to me taking a wideout when you can get good wideouts in this draft or guys who aren't irreplaceable, and the Falcons are going to be picking for years to come. So I think it's just there's some real generational talent at positions like end, corner, and tackle.
And you have another generational guy, in my opinion, Ahmad Sauce Gardner.
He definitely is.
We've seen him as high as 2 to the Lions. We've seen him as low as about the Vikings at 12. I see him a lot at 3 to the Texans. He's another guy that you don't really have a good feel of where he's going to go. I feel like the Giants are going to take one of the tackles. I feel like the Lions are probably going to take one of the edges that they have best available. Texans probably looking at tackle. Sauce Gardner, where does he fit in? He could be 8 to the Falcons. He could be 9 to the Seahawks. I know a lot of our Seahawks fans are going to be pissed at you. They've been giving me the business about taking the quarterback in the top 10. If Sauce Gardner's still on the board, we're going to get some heat from them. Hey, let us know, though. We love it. I mean, I love hearing different opinions on how the draft's going to play out. Nobody really knows. We like talking about the prospects. But Ahmad Sauce Gardner, he's going to be an interesting guy. At 13, Chris Olave to the Texans.
They're taking a wideout, I think, with the second pick. I think it makes a ton of sense. They need one bad, and
we love some Chris Olave. The Rock
and
Boys
I don't think Garrett Wilson and Olave or J-Mo are going in the top 12. So I think they'll have a shot at one of those 3 if they want them.
14, Big Jordan Davis. He'd be a guy that would look absolutely phenomenal.
I'll die on that take forever.
It's a great fit. I went George Karlaftis. I got some heat from our Ravens fans, which makes sense. I mean, to be honest, there was a part of me that was like, all right, we've just done Jordan Davis to the Ravens at 14 so much. Maybe let's talk about a different prospect and a different fit. But I really do think Jordan Davis to the Ravens is a good fit. Jamison Williams, 15 to the Eagles. What about Jamison Williams, you think, goes to the Eagles?
I mean, they need to give him somebody. It's just like they need to see what you said. They need to see if Jalen Hurts is the guy.
I agree.
They really only have Devontae Smith, and it's not like he lit it up. He was really solid, but I think they could use another guy because they had nothing besides him.
Yeah, I don't think Devontae Smith is ever going to be a alpha wide receiver one that can carry a pass catching unit. I like him. I think he's a really good player. I think he can be a wide receiver one, but I don't see him being like a Devontae Adams where he's the only wide receiver target and just getting all like I just don't see it in his game. As opposed to like Jamar Chase is a legitimate bona fide wide receiver one stud that we just kind of missed on. Traylon Burks to the Saints. This makes me want to throw up my mouth, quite frankly.
Would you have Drake London? I like Burks better than London. I think he's bigger. Well, they're similar size. He just runs way better, looks more explosive. Jameis Winston needs to put the ball deep. He's a deep ball thrower.
There's just so much in my mind. There's just such a limited. He goes to your offense and he just seems so limited. There's just not much you can do with him. You can run him on a vertical or try to get the ball in his hands early. But it's
make big plays. He's a playmaker.
Yeah, okay. I can get with that a little bit. I can get with that.
They don't come around that often.
I think the Saints would really prefer Jamison Williams if he's there.
Yeah, perhaps.
The Chargers, I think we both agree that they need some work on the interior. I love the Devontae Wyatt pick. I think he's a guy that can live in the opposing quarterback's backfield. Really, really good first step, good penetrator, uses his hands well. With guys like Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa on the outside, when the quarterback's trying to step up, he steps right up into big Devontae Wyatt. Like that pick a lot. And the Eagles –
they need to stop the run, too, straight up. But, yeah,
Devin Lloyd.
I'm a Devin Lloyd fan. I think these two linebackers are really good, and I do think they're both going in the first round. Yeah, I know a lot of people don't, but that's what I see. I think Devin Lloyd's a good fit for the Eagles. They need a inside linebacker who makes plays. So
I agree. I know they won't do it, but I think they should. I love the George Karlaftis pick in 19. That's what the Saints like. They've had that defense coordinator for what? I think it's been like 50. It's been a really long time, over 10 years, I believe. That's historically what he's liked, is the heavy-handed, powerful edge guys who maybe don't have as much burst in Ben. Cameron Jordan, George Karlaftis.
We'll learn from Cameron Jordan for sure.
Yeah, I like that pick. And then Malik Willis falls to the Steelers at 20. If he's there at 20, this draft is so interesting because you just don't know where these guys are going to go. There very well could be 3 quarterbacks in the top 15. I think it'd be a big mistake for a lot of teams, but I think you got to keep swinging if you don't have a quarterback.
I think the Steelers can sit tight and get him. I don't know.
I don't think Malik Willis falls personally. We'll see. And then
Trent really turns up to what probably honestly the Falcons do and the Panthers, I suppose, too a little bit, but
yeah, I think
more
Panthers
so the Falcons.
Seahawks, I think, are also in the market. We'll see.
I gave the Seahawks a guy.
No, I know.
I think
they absolutely.
I think they're taking one of them. I think. Yeah, I guess.
Trent McDuffie to 21. If he's there at 21, I know the Patriots
you want
probably
the Bills
don't
coming up.
Pick, but man, I would love Trent McDuffie on the Buffalo Bills.
You think the Berg would trade it?
Worth giving up whatever you got to give up. Obviously, you don't have to give up 2 first-rounders. Swap picks, maybe give a day 2 pick. I think he's worth it. Again, we ran simulations where all those cornerbacks are gone. Kerry Lamb, Andrew Booth, all gone. He is so worth getting up there.
I don't. It'll be hard because I think I think the Chargers could very well take a corner. I don't think it's crazy to think the Commanders take one. So I don't think there's a great chance he falls to 21, but that's just how I shook it out.
Trade London to the Packers. I think this is a popular pick.
This is chalky. I'll admit this is just
Tyler Linderbaum also chalky. And then Nakobe Dean to the Lions or to the Cowboys. Excuse me, at 24. We just did a Cowboys mock draft the other day. We had Zion Johnson. I'm kind of souring on that idea. I think guys like Jamari Salyer, Dylan Parham, you can get Cole Strange. There's a lot of guys that I like on the interior offensive line. Marquise Hayes at Ingram, who I think aren't that big of a step down from guys.
They have the bones. They have the bones of a good offensive line, so they don't need to overhaul it with like taking a first-round pick.
Yeah, that's kind of what I think. And then what position could they use? Certainly linebacker, and Kobe Dean's a guy that we both.
And I think you're going to get great value. Like, I wouldn't have thought 2 months ago that there's any chance Lloyd or Dean are falling here, but now it seems like they will. So I don't love wideout at that spot.
Kaiir Elam to the Bills at 25. Long, rangy, physical DB. We need
Similar both.
Kenyon Green, 26. This also makes a lot of sense. We've done Tyler Smith. You like Kenyon Green. I also like Kenyon Green. I kind of just wanted to mix something up. Go with Tyler Smith. Both really powerful guys who project to the interior. You know Mike Vrabel's going to love it. Kind of fits with exactly what they try to do. Zion Johnson, another makes a lot of sense. The Bucs need a plug-and-play interior offensive lineman. Zion Johnson is the definition of a plug-and-play week one guy.
Neither of the D tackles are on the board. I think it makes it very easy for the Bucs.
I think Travis Jones could certainly be in the
I think that's rich.
Personally. Yeah, it might be. Tyler Smith to the Packers, we talked a lot about him. He's a riser. I think people like the athleticism and power he plays with. He's just raw. He needs a lot of work. He could go to
I think he can start guard at day one.
Yep.
Whether he can play tackle down the line, hard to tell because Tulsa didn't give him a chance.
Yeah.
It's chaos. But
Jahan Dotson at 29. I've been hearing a lot of people say Dotson's too small. The thing is, on his film, he never plays small. He plays really big. He has great ball skills. He goes up and is physical at the catch point. Yeah, he is undersized, but he doesn't. It's not a problem on the film. All that dude did was make plays. I think the narrative around Jahan Dotson, if you went to a team like Alabama or Ohio State,
yeah, people don't get it. It's just like he didn't put up high-popping numbers.
Andrew Booth, I like a lot to the Chiefs. I think this makes a lot of sense. And then Roger McCrary, a guy that we
that's
don't
a hard one.
Often. That's your guy. I know it's your guy.
If they run those corners like that, and they've run the guards like how I've had them run, I don't see where else they go.
It's an interesting pick.
Jalen Petrie is a kind of in the neighborhood, playmaker. They have good safeties now. I don't know if you can stick Petrie in like a nickelback or something.
Put him in the nickel. Defense. I think so too. And he's going to be a little bit he's a really good tackler. He's a guy that you got to make sure you know where he's going to play, but he's going to be good on the football field.
I don't know about that pick. That was like I ran the guards hard and I ran corners where I thought.
I don't hate it because especially the Jalen Petrie pick because he's a guy that he's a first round talent where you just struggle to find out.
Well, Jalen Petrie to me is a great pick for the Lions because they just need playmakers and he's a
playmaker.
He's a guy I think has versatility. He'll make plays.
Yeah.
I think with the Bengals, you're targeting a little more. That's the only you want a corner, you want a good offensive lineman. I don't know what else it crossed my mind to go with Travis Jones, but they have a really good D line already. I think they could go linebacker. Honestly, they weren't great there, but
but if Dean and Lloyd are off, I feel like it might not.
I think you can take Christian Harris, but I think you're jumping up because you get Clay Walker in the second or something.
I would wait and even wait in the second round because you have that next pick and you have a pick and 2 picks.
Yeah.
I like wide receiver here, a guy like George Pickens, a perimeter guy who can go up and make plays. I know George Pickens has a lot of character red flags, apparently, I'm hearing.
When did that pop up? I didn't know that.
He's been a guy that's struggled with, I remember the fight against Georgia Tech. He's had problems before. It seems like to me he's matured. And for him to even, try to
classic football stuff, though.
That was a little past football.
It was a vicious fight, but
it was a vicious fight. Yeah, so I don't know. We don't talk to him. I don't feel that great about evaluating character on a guy that I've never talked to. Now, if I were conducting interviews and have more of an idea, sure, I'll start talking on character. But
that just came out of nowhere to me. I didn't know it was a thing until yesterday.
And you never know. It could just be smoke. The Lions want him at the
it could just be some hater.
Chiefs, don't take him. He's bad.
Yeah, exactly. He might be great. I had no idea.
Yeah. That's it for our last first round NFL mock draft. Bill, appreciate you putting this one out. No trades. I actually kind of get with it. I struggle to see that many big trades. I think there will be some.
They always happen, though. It's just
it's hard to predict in this one. There's no quarterbacks. You haven't heard that many rumors. I do think Deebo Samuel will be on the move. I think this week before Thursday. In my mind, the 49ers should just get rid of him. Like, there is no point. It's never worked out for teams to just harbor a disgruntled player. It just never makes sense.
Yeah. Baker's got to go somewhere.
Baker's got to go somewhere. There will be some moves, and we'll be here on the live stream talking about it. So, again, pop in, say what's up, watch the NFL draft with the boys. Again, we appreciate all the support you guys showing to the channel. Last mock drafts in the book. They'll appreciate you and appreciate you guys for listening. We'll talk to y'all later. Peace.